Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we're reacting to this video from the channel Emma Stories. This was a request by Susan who says, the Swedish Princess Victoria life. The life of Princess Victoria? I think that's the order is supposed to be the life of the Swedish Princess Victoria. Okay. The name of this video is The future Queen of Sweden fell in love with her personal trainer. An incredible story. What? Okay, that's interesting. Let's check it out.
The love story of Princess Victoria,
Ooh,
the
Mono.
future Queen of Sweden, and her husband Daniel was truly a fairy tale, just like Cinderella. It all began in a public gym, where Daniel worked as her personal trainer.
Public gym.
As time passed, their bond grew stronger, and despite the
This is so, like, for someone who kind of like lives in the UK, it's so odd to hear these sentences. Queen, public gym, personal trainer. Like, you don't hear that in UK. Well, kind of with Harry, you kind of, but you know what I'm saying? They normally have monarchy like all in one place. Like they find their loved ones within, you know, royalty and whatnot.
trainer. As time passed, their bond grew stronger, and despite the disapproval of her family, Princess Victoria fearlessly decided to choose Daniel as her life partner. In 2010, the couple had a magnificent wedding.
That's another word that is hard to find with monarchy. Choose. she had a choice.
Ceremony that was witnessed by an astonishing 500 million people worldwide. During this event, the princess broke a tradition that had lasted for 200 years, leading to a new occurrence within the Church of Sweden. So how did this personal trainer manage to captivate the heart of the future Queen of Sweden? What 200-year-old tradition did the princess break during their wedding? And what has their life been like after 13 years? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified as I upload a new video. Let's go on. Victoria was born on July 14, 1977, in Stockholm, Sweden. She is the oldest child of King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia. Initially, she was born as a princess of Sweden. However, a few months after the
she looks like she still looks like this. It's impressive how her face didn't change.
Initially, she was born as a princess of Sweden. However, a few months after the birth of her younger brother, Carl Philip, who was the original heir apparent to the throne, a constitutional amendment was passed in 1979. This amendment introduced absolute primogeniture, meaning that the throne would be inherited by the monarch's eldest child, regardless of gender.
Nice, okay.
King Carl XVI Gustaf objected to the reform after it occurred, not because he objected to women entering the line of succession, but because he was upset about his son being stripped of the crown prince status he had held since birth.
Of course.
Despite this, Victoria became
he wanted his son to be the king
and was also granted the title of Duchess of Västergötland, one of Sweden's historical provinces. Princess Victoria received a great deal of care and continuous preparation to become suitable for the role that awaited her. However, she faced challenges during her childhood due to dyslexia, a reading disorder that made her a target for bullying. During a conference in 2002, the princess...
You know, Sweden is so democratic and so down to earth when the king's daughter is being bullied. Like who is bullying her, you know? But still, it feels like it's equality right there. Never do bullying, but it feels like nobody, like in another country, nobody would bully a prince or a princess.
Princess shared her experience of being mocked by other children when she read aloud and struggled with words. Victoria also has prosopagnosia, a condition that makes it challenging for her to recognize familiar faces. In a 2008 interview, she referred to it as a significant drawback in her role as the heir to the throne. From 1996 to 1997, Victoria studied at the Catholic University of the West at Angers in France. However, the princess's struggle with health issues did not stop,
She
as
wasn't
she also
homeschooled?
suffered from anorexia nervosa, a
Wow.
loss of appetite disorder. After confirming her condition, she moved to the United States, where she received professional treatment and studied at Yale University.
See,
During that
monarchs
period,
have
she had
problems
a
too.
long-term boyfriend named Daniel Collard. They shared the same social circles, attended the same school, and were already friends when their romantic relationship began to blossom in the mid-1990s. When Victoria relocated to the United States, Collard accompanied her and they settled in New York together. In September
nice. She lived in
2000,
the US.
Victoria confirmed her relationship with Collard during an interview at Expo 2000. However, unfortunately, their relationship came to an end in 2001.
Aw, that sucks.
As many do after a breakup, Princess
What was that voice crack?
in 2001. As many do after a breakup, Princess Victoria joined a gym once she returned to Stockholm. Little did she know that destiny had
Nice.
something extraordinary in store for her. Her
And that's true, guys. Breakups make the best gym motivation.
personal trainer happened to be Daniel
Unfortunately.
Westling, who also owned the gym. The two got along very well.
He wasn't
so
just a
well,
personal
in
trainer,
fact,
he owned the
that
gym.
they would eventually get married. Initially, they started as friends rather than romantic partners. Daniel and Princess Victoria shared a deep and genuine friendship, which gradually grew into love. In 2002, rumors that Daniel and Victoria were dating began to circulate, and despite the couple's attempts to keep their relationship private, the media couldn't get enough.
Of course not.
Photographers followed Victoria to a birthday party in
Wait, you guys have
Stockholm,
paparazzi in
where they
Sweden?
waited until they could capture a shot of the two of them kissing. It's easy to see why Victoria and Daniel's romance was so exciting to the media. Not only did it involve the princess, but her beau was also an unexpected choice. Daniel was from a small town in northern Sweden and did not come from a wealthy family.
He seems like
as
a cool
pointed
guy.
out by historian Herman Lindqvist.
This
A
is the true
commoner
Romeo
marrying
and
into
Juliet.
royalty is far from typical. In the beginning, Victoria's parents objected to the relationship. This was because Daniel had a different lifestyle compared to Victoria before they got together.
But wait, so if the Nordic paparazzi are crazy about royalty, that means that the public is also crazy about royalty, because you can't have paparazzi without people purchasing or, going after these news. It's supply and demand. So are Nordics crazy about royal gossip? Because I feel like that's the only way the industry would be striving, because people really tap into the gossip.
It's understandable that her parents doubted whether he could manage the royal responsibilities that would come with marrying Victoria. However, over time, King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia had a change of heart. According to Hello Magazine, the king said, "We
Queen
have gotten
Sylvia
to
is
know
connected
Daniel
to
well
Brazil, isn't she?
and have come to understand that he is a hard-working young man who takes life seriously." Princess Victoria and Daniel dated for approximately 8 years, and in February
8 years?
2009, they made their engagement official.
Guys, let me know, what is the right average time? I know there's not a right time, but for you, in your opinion, what is the best time to get married after dating or courtship? How long do you have to date to get to know a person to decide you want to marry them? What is the right time in years?
Daniel shared that he proposed on a sunny day at the palace. Interestingly, he broke with tradition in a small way by presenting an engagement ring featuring a solitaire diamond on a white gold band, deviating from the simple gold engagement bands used by
Okay.
previous generations of Swedish royals.
He wanted to
Breaking the
flex.
tradition seemed to be no problem for the princess, as she appeared to be nothing but happy to be engaged to Daniel. Princess Victoria said in an official statement, "With Daniel by my side, I feel secure. You've probably noticed that in recent years, I have seemed stronger and happier." The couple were married on June 19th, 2010 in a highly anticipated wedding.
I saw, I think, 2 performances there. I think who performed there? It was ooh, mm, I almost remember the name. It was here and now it's gone. But someone performed there. I can't remember. But I remember. I don't remember.
That the media dubbed Europe's biggest royal wedding since Prince Charles and Lady Diana's wedding in 1981.
Wasn't it the guy from
The
Roxette?
ceremony included 1,200 guests and an estimated 500,000 people lining the streets to celebrate the newlyweds. The bride wore a modern, off-shoulder gown featuring an A-line silhouette and a 5-meter train by Swedish designer Per Ingskiden. During the wedding, Princess Victoria broke a tradition that had lasted for 200 years. She controversially walked down the aisle at Stockholm Cathedral, accompanied by her father, King Carl XVI Gustaf. Although it's a normal tradition in many countries, it is not at all customary in Sweden. Swedish tradition dictates the bride and groom walk down the aisle together as a symbol of equality.
Is it?
King
I didn't know
Carl
that.
walked Victoria halfway down before she joined her husband to finish walking down the aisle.
I remember now.
Victoria's
I told you I would remember. Per Gessle? Was he the one who sang? And I think Molly Sandine also sang, right? If I'm not mistaken, I remember reacting to this like maybe 2 years ago to the performances.
Decision to be joined by her father was reportedly seen as representing the bride as her father's property to give away. The head of the Swedish church, Archbishop Anders...
Dang, okay. Let me break this down a little bit. This could be controversial for 2 reasons. Obviously, the first reason is because she broke protocol, or she broke the norms. Because what they mentioned here was it shows that the bride and groom are equal, right? In this case, she went with her father, which means her father and her are equal. He is not equal to her. That's what a lot of people might have misinterpreted as well. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
To be joined by her father was reportedly seen as representing the bride as her father's property to give away. The head of the Swedish church, Archbishop Anders Widred, who married the couple, even shared a statement that read, "Being given away is a new phenomenon which occasionally occurs in the Church of Sweden. I usually
Was he in
advise
Korea?
against it, as our marriage ceremony is so clear on the subject of the spouse's equality. The couple knows where I stand on this matter." Though the royal couple kept much of their dating life relatively private, what we do know seems straight out of a fairy tale. Prince Daniel shared a sweet memory at...
Did you guys see? I think he was in Korea. Can you see the... That's a Korean station. Or...
Though the royal couple kept much of their dating life relatively private, what we do know seems straight out of a fairy tale. Prince Daniel shared a sweet memory at his and Victoria's wedding reception, according to the local SE. He explained that before Victoria left for a long trip to China, she stayed up all night writing him love letters, 30 in total. One for every day she would be away. The love the couple has for each other is evident. 2 years after their marriage, Daniel and Victoria joyfully welcomed their first child, Princess Estelle. Then, 4 years later, on March 2nd, 2016, they celebrated the arrival of their second child,
Aww,
Prince Oscar.
that's
When it
cute.
comes to parenting, Victoria and Daniel take on shared responsibilities, aiming to provide their children with a childhood as ordinary as possible.
That's cute.
Prince Daniel's consistent presence alongside Princess Victoria at her events and royal duties speaks volumes about his character and his unwavering support for the future queen.
Unwavering.
Photos over the years show Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel holding hands, laughing, cozying up, and being generally loving in public and at events. Even the happiest couples are sometimes photographed on an off day or at an inopportune moment. But when it comes to Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel, it is truly difficult to find a single picture of the two together where they aren't both smiling. This story emphasizes that no matter how wealthy
I
the
feel like
bride
they're
is,
happy together.
what truly matters is that they love each other without discrimination based on their standard of living. Do you believe that true love has no boundaries? And that's it. If you enjoyed the video and want more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up below in
I
appreciation.
feel like this is AI
And if you haven't
voice.
already, you really want to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and tick the bell icon so you get notified as I upload a new video every week. See you in the next video. The love story.
That is pretty cool. Such a nice love story between these two. And you know, he looks so nice, like a nice person. He looks like such a friendly guy. I've seen him in his wedding, and I've seen him in other places where he's like in a like watching a performance, and he's such a nice, down to earth person. And she also seems so friendly. And look at her smile while she's looking at him. That is the face of someone who is actually really in love, and I feel like she's happy. She admires him. You can see that in her eyes. You can see her that in her smile. She really does love him. And that's what's important. She's happy. She's healthy. You know, because he has a gym, so he's been helping her stay healthy. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Thank you so much for this informative video. Go check out Emma's stories. Link is in the description. And guys, if you want to watch reactions to full movies, series, shows, concerts, anime, and K-dramas, go over to Buy Me Coffee or to Patreon. The link is in the pinned comments. And click over here for more. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.